What's up guys, welcome back. TCG Banlist prediction for June 2020. In all honesty, well, it has been quite a while ever since I did one of these predictions, like a little over a year, whatever. It has been... whatever, it doesn't really matter too much. Let's dig right into it, right? A couple of reasons. First of all, I mean, currently we are pretty much in like a dual format, two biggest decks, two big decks, Emancipator and Eldritch, but recently Sky Strikers again popped up pretty much as an underdog deck. It somewhat influenced the quote-unquote prediction list here. I mean, you have a couple of options to make these kind of lists. Again, Konami has multiple reasons to make Banlist. You know, upcoming products, the game itself, obviously, and you know, with the current way that the game is being ran, the current state of the game that is, and, you know, not being able to play in real-life tournaments, we might not see a ban list at all. I mean, the earliest was like early June 2020, and if I'm honest, we might see a list, but I think if we get a list, not sure what it would be based on, if I'm honest, but if we would get a list, I feel that it will be, or at least it would be a very short list, maybe 2 cards or 3 cards, unlike the whole list. Again, no reason, right? Because on what are they going to base like the results on? So yeah. Anyway. A lot of cards. Let's dig right into it using Tier Maker. The first one, the first line, S line, are pretty much all cards that might get banned, depending on the other cards. That might get limited. Again, there's like that one crucial card, which is quite obvious. But the first one here being Block Dragon. Block Dragon is a huge enabler, huge plus card. Can resolve, well, special summon multiple times in the same turn. Not, well, it's once per turn, but can be used during your opponent's turn with Masquerena as well. All in all, the card is just basically too powerful, gives Emancipator too much advantage, puts the deck over the top. That's the correct sentence. So Block Dragon, again, won't be surprised if they ban that one. Next up, they might hit the Dragon Buster lock, a couple of reasons, and okay, they hit like Buster Blader, the Buster Blader deck, but the thing is that Union Carrier into the Buster lock, it feels a bit too powerful. It's also a play with hardly any restrictions, any dangers, like, okay, you're forcing yourself to play or main deck the Dragon Buster, but that's basically it, and it's searchable, very easy to make, well, Union Carrier that is, and immediately equip your Dragon Buster from either your hand or from the main deck to a dark monster, like Boral Savage in case of Emancipator. And let's not forget, you are able to play around your opponent's big cards to counter your big board like Dark Ruler no more, and that's where Dragon Buster shines. So Dragon Buster being banned, I could see this one happening. Next up we have O-Line and or Jet Synchron. Helgi Firebrex is on the list but not banned, even though, you know, my opinion would definitely ban this card, but again, Konami, I don't see them banning Helgi Firebrex just yet, but them hitting like the Blackwing Synchro, the Blackwing Tuner, right, Glow Bulb as well. There's no reason that either Jet and or O-Lion will survive an upcoming list, right? I mean, it speaks for itself. Hitting, for example, Eldritch in an indirect way and other decks, of course. So O-Lion and Jet Synchron are both on my list here as well. Well, one or the other, but maybe leaning a little bit towards O-Line, depending if they hit the next one here, and that's Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon, the Link 3 that, well, Konami hit the token generators in the previous formats, in the previous meta games, like Scapegoat and Tomahawk, but Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon is fine. It searches O-Lion, free tokens, it prevents you from Link summoning as soon as you use the effect, but whatever, just go for multiple synchros, in case of Emancipator, for example, or again, yeah, Eldritch, obviously, because of Jet Synchron. I feel that if they want to hit the current top tier decks, they are not going to hit them directly, like indirectly featuring Block Dragon and of course like the Helgi Firebrex engine, like Jet Synchron, O-Line, those cards. Maybe not all at once, the Helgi Firebrex engine as a whole, but if they should hit a card, I'm looking at Helgi Firebrex maybe at 1, and then maybe Jet Synchron and or O-Lion, and, well, who knows, the Link 3 as well. Last but not least, the card that probably won't get hit, but it's up there, True King of All Calamities, ending with your multiple draw combo, also featuring the Mecha Phantom Beast and Jet Synchron, Helgi Firebrex shenanigans, but True King of All Calamities is a superb boss monster, one of the most powerful boss monsters the deck, or, you know, like, the current meta game has very hard to stop. Okay, you do have impermanence, but your opponent could just wait it out, and you're not able to use your impermanence directly from the hand, while your opponent would not risk. If your opponent maybe has Dark Rule or no more, you definitely want to use an early Choking of all calamities and then just risking your opponent having the impermanence, but nonetheless, the card just warps again. It's not that hard to summon. Then again, you might view this from the standpoint, why not hit the problem engine on its own? And again, I'm looking at Helgi Firebrex, the Link spam synchro engine with Jet Synchron, O-Line, Auroradon, all those cards. So I don't see Choking of all calamities being banned. Next up, cards put to 1. I can see them hitting dinosaurs, you know, just hitting the consistency a little bit. 2 options, as we saw in the OCG and also from the TCG, but they put Miscellaneous Saurus back to 3, but I might see them putting back this one at 1. Same for Fossil Dick, if not both, or if maybe only Miscellaneous Saurus or only Fossil Dick. Just a small hit to the consistency of dinosaurs. Alistair, Meltdown, again 2 options to hit, and Voked as a whole. A very splashable engine, was very strong with Shadows. But again, before Secret Slayers hit the scene, and you know, our last YCSU in Europe, where Shadows definitely, you know, big deck obviously, even though it was won by Salamangreat, but ever since Secret Slayers like popped up, Shadows vanished from the entire metagame. So Alistair, Meltdown, not really sure. Probably not, they're probably going to dodge a list. If the Eldritch is going to get hit, probably not. Unless, of course, indirectly with the Synchro engine, O-Line, Jet Synchron, you know, that good stuff. They might get hit in the form of Cursed Eldland, their spell card, the Searcher. It does a lot of the deck. The deck is so resilient, it does so much, recurs a lot of things. It feels like Burning Abyss. You know, the games take so long against Eldritch, unless, of course, like the Synchro package. But, you know, they might hit Eldritch, but I don't feel they will. And last but not least, cards put to 1. Helgi Firebrex, again following the OCG basically. I don't see Konami banning this one just yet. Maybe the tuners just, you know, like lowering that power creep a little bit with the synchro shenanigans, because that engine, that option has so many possible ways, like Ultima Tzolk'in, Trishula, Rank 9, Hyper Librarian, Formula Synchron, Marcher, Draws. It's quite insane and ridiculous if you think about it. So Helgi Firebrex to 1, that seems reasonable if they hit other cards also. Cards put to 2, this is an iffy one, but someone mentioned in one of my previous videos that Magician's Souls, basically an indirect hit to Eldritch, but then again, the card on its own feels fine. You know, you're maybe getting some like spells, traps, bricks from your hand. You're also forcing yourself to main deck that semi-brick of like a spellcaster, right? High level spellcaster. So I feel this one is okay, but again, I won't be surprised if Konami would semi-limit this card. ABC Dragon Buster is also one of those cards that was recently limited, you know, with Master Rule 5, but I don't see a point. It's of course, it's a very strong deck, but now with only 1 Dragon Buster, ABC Dragon Buster, nobody bothers playing the deck. So, well, ABC's getting back a Buster, that might happen, probably not. Same for Pantheism, like, Konami, what are you waiting for? No Pantheism of the Monarchs. I think OCG has pretty much every card back to 3, speaking for Monarchs like Pantheism, Aether, Stormfort and so on, and the deck does nothing. Same for the TCG, so I don't get it, why it's taking them so long to, you know, maybe even put Pantheism at 2. Last on this semi-limited section, Hero Lifts, interesting one, same as the OCG, even though, you know, the OCG format is quite different, more versatile. They have Maxi, for example, and, you know, Hero Lifts on Stratos is like a 1-card shenanigans play, does a lot, but again, it pays half of your life points, very easily stopped by a lot of hand traps nowadays, impermanence, Ash Blossom eventually, so interesting one. Heroes aren't really doing anything and like now, because again, Malicious was put back to 2. So interesting one, but again, I don't think this would happen. Last but not least, an interesting one, even though Sky Strikers won like the last weekend's tournament, online tournament that is, but Widow Anchor, honorable, I would say an honorable mention, but you know, that's a question I ask. I ask you. I mean, should Widow Anchor go back to 3? That's what happens, right? With Konami, like, slowly unlimiting cards again, as we saw from Zodiacs, for example. But Sky Strikers has been hit by the ban list so many times, and it did well. It won past, like the luxury tournament past weekend. Over 300 players beating Eldritch, beating Adam Emancipators, both the best decks, good decks in the current format. So pretty much an underdog deck. So do you really want to give Sky Strikers a third Widow Anchor? Yeah. Last, a couple of honorable mentions, 2 ones actually, and the first one is Mystic Mine. Personally, I would definitely flat out ban the card, but I've seen people argumenting that, well, okay, you have decks like Emancipator and ending their board with like multiple negations, and there is like Mystic Mine to somewhat like that necessary evil, even though it doesn't really promote healthy interaction. Then again, it's a card that definitely is a problem, but the format as a whole is a problem. So for me, currently it's an honorable mention. Personally, yeah, flat out ban the card. Would Konami hit the card? Probably not. Last but not least, a pointer of the Red Lotus. Again, the same as Trap Dash Shoot, feels the same in the current format. If you're opening with multiple negations, multiple big beat sticks that your opponent can't overcome, or maybe they have that Dark Rule and no more, or important card, just use a pointer, get rid of it from their hand, out of their hand, and next turn you can seal the deal. So a pointer, again, an honorable mention, probably won't happen, but it's again next to Mystic Mine, 2 cards that I again wanted to put up there to, like, you know, some discussion. But, okay, that's basically it. Again, like always, this is just like a Banlist prediction. Don't take things too seriously. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.